Hi, my name is Matthew Etline, and this is my project for CIS 3367, Baruch College, Professor Wheeler's class. So, the task at hand was to create a Visual Basic project out of Excel using VBA. And what I thought would be interesting was I do project management for a living, and when we do project management, we use Microsoft Project to lay out our project usually in a Gantt chart format. But we found that some of our clients don't actually have projects, and we have to share project work between the two companies. It gets difficult when one of the participants doesn't have a project. So we have an alternative Excel project plan that we use for our clients who don't have Microsoft Project. What I thought would be interesting was to create some Visual Basic routines to streamline the entry of data into the work plan. Obviously, not recreating project would take a long time, but I can certainly create some features to help us along. So what I have here is a basic project plan. It has a stage and a set of tasks, a responsibility column, start date and end date, and a Gantt chart. And this one only goes till April. Usually our project plans are a defined date, 4 or 5 months engagements. So we usually only have that. Obviously this would be tweaked to be able to put more dates as we go along. But we're starting with these for these next 5 months. Now, currently have my assess stage, design stage, construct stage, and my test stage. What I'd like to do is add the implementation stage through some of the features that we have. So I'm going to click on the Add Record button, and I've developed this Add Record form with a few key questions to ask that we're going to be able to populate the record. In the first case, we want to create a new stage. You can see I have all of my stages listed. This is directly read out of the headers. But actually, what I want to do is I want to create an implementation stage. So I'm actually going to click this Add Section button and click Create. And that actually created my implementation stage here at the bottom. And then I'm going to select Implementation. And I'm going to write, work with IT to promote production environment. And I'm going to assign this to, let's assign it to myself. And we'll say that this one starts on, we'll say March 31st. And we'll say ends on 4/10. And what it did here is it added my Gantt chart. It added my record with my Gantt chart and all of the relevant information. And actually put in the placeholders, the Gantt data in the appropriate columns. V, W, X, Y is between end of March and the beginning of April, between the dates that I put in. I can also click on one of the existing stages. We'll click on the design stage and say that there's a step that we missed. We'll throw that in there. We'll say after design, the last step is provide as needed technical documentation to the client IT. And we'll say review technical documentation with client. We'll say that that is a Jeff responsibility. And because we're giving it to them on the 4th, or we're giving it to them on the 8th rather, we'll start this on the 8th, and we'll add 2 days for that. And there is my review technical documentation with the client, and one Gantt chart which falls in the January 2nd week time frame. In addition to having this form, I also have validation. Please select a section from the drop-down. Please enter a valid task title, so on and so forth. So that is to the extent of the Visual Basic work that I've done. I'm going to load up the Visual Basic editor and show you some of the things that I've done here. So we have two forms. On the left-hand side here, we have add record and add stage. The add record will show on the click of the add button. We'll validate the user inputs. We'll insert a new row and assign the task values to the cells in that new row. It'll also convert dates so that they're actually in date format, and it'll shade the Gantt chart in the appropriate section. So these are the 5 high-level routines that the add button performs. And if we wanted to go into each one of them, we can see that validate user input, selection for the drop-downs, and runs through all of the possible inputs and returns a true if all of it is successful. Insert new row. We'll go and find the last section, go to the current number, go to the next section, find the last record, and insert that record, so on and so forth until it gets to the range where it actually copies format and pastes formats, and then returns a range back to the add record module. Once the new row is entered, I have a handle to that new row. I can take the values and paste them directly into that new row. And then I can shade the Gantt chart by finding the actual row, looking for the cells. I'm getting the range. So by parsing the date string, I can find if it's February, January, February, March, April. And then by getting a handle to that range, going back to the shade Gantt, I will set the color of that by start and end in that particular range. So that is basically my presentation. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much.